Alright, hackers and hackerettes. Yeah, there's music playing in the background for this video. We're just trying something new for once. So, in this video, we will be going through our first TryHackMe video and our first Pentest lab, and we'll see where we get from here. So, TryHackMe, let's get going. Complete my first room, and let's see what's going on here. Imagine you have been hired as a penetration tester. Your client runs a small web application called RecruitX, an internal recruitment portal where hiring managers post job listings, candidates submit applications, and administrators manage the entire workflow. The client suspects that the application has security issues, but does not know where. Your job is to find out. Stuck on a question? No, I haven't even tried yet. Can you go away, sir? Oh, you cannot just... Okay, this is the boundaries. Alright. This room will guide you through a realistic web application penetration test from start to finish. You will not be dropped into a machine and told to find the flags. Instead, each task walks you through the phase or a phase of the engagement, explaining what to do, why you're doing it, and so on. Reconnaissance and enumeration, idor, weak password reset, admin panel access, remote code execution. Oh my, that is a lot of things. So Linux CLI basics, HTTP in detail, and web application basics. We have that up and running. So without further ado, sir, let's gonna start our machine. And my machine is initializing. The operating system needs to load and services need to start before you can interact with it. This really takes about 2 minutes. Okay. Connected via a tag box. Oh, so a tag box is like their virtual like browser based like a hacking simulation. Actually, I don't like that. I want to use my own machine. So I do assume there is a way for me to connect to them using like a VPN or something. Okay, let's start the lab machine. I can access RecruitX web app. Your machine, guys. I want to connect via VPN. There has to be like a VPN connection similar to Hack the Box. How can I do that? Oh boy, looks like we're stuck with this one for now. Machine IP. C texts. Yeah, sure. Let's make it C texts. I don't know if you will be able to see things. Alright, so we do get a real machine right here. I think you can easily see it. And I cannot increase the... Oh, I can. Okay. I tried to click Control Plus, but it didn't work. But I think it's clear enough for the video. Okay. So I clicked I can access, even though I did not try to access it. Never mind. Let's actually try to access it right now. Open up Firefox and let's grab the machine IP right here. And then let's go there, and yes, we can access it. So this is pretty good. Although I would have preferred my machine for sure. But we cannot argue right now. Like we should just, we could turn it to full screen here. So it is much easier to use. Alright, and we have our, no, we don't have our terminal. We have our terminal right here. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So we got that. Next is our reconnaissance and stuff. Let's start by discovering what services running on the target. Yep. So what we need to do is run nmap essentially. We've done that multiple times together. If you haven't watched my previous videos, please do. A lot of things that we can use or like we'll be repeating. We'll be using them from previous videos. So nmap TAC tag, which means scan all ports. SC to scan and use the default scripts. And then we're gonna give it the machine IP, which I already have copied right here. And maybe we can use like a T4, which is like the fastest scan possible. Maybe this is new for us. But yeah, so T4 here means like the second fastest scan. So it doesn't like take as long. We do have two main services that are running, and then we have a third one. We have a fourth one right here. So we have 4 running: SSH, HTTP, and then MySQL and proxy. Okay. We can notice that HTTP is used for Radar 80, and then 3336 showing Apache default web page. This is valuable information. That means the application is likely construct SQL queries, and any input handling weaknesses could lead to SQL related issues, which is like basically SQL injections. So this one is like basically guiding us through the solution. I don't want to go through the solution. Honestly, I just want to read the questions right here and then just solve them on my own. And if we need to, we could go back to the solutions. So yeah, this is what we're going to be doing. Now our question is, what version of the Apache server is running? I think we have that. No, we don't have that actually. So let's change to SV as well. So we can get like service information and version information about the running services. And there we go. We have this. Let me copy that. That is definitely not what I copied. Oh, I think we need to copy this. Okay. Yep. What database service is running on the target? The database is MySQL. And then what is the path to the password reset page? Okay. So in here, we can essentially go away, Firefox, please. We could register, we could log in, and then we could forgot password. And then there we go. We do have the reset password right here. So maybe like reset.php is what they're looking for. Next, let's go to idor. I'm going to skip all of that. And then what is the name of the administrator user? So it looks like we need to do some enumeration here. And we can do that by James Crawford. Is that the answer right here? Crawford. May not be in English. What? Alright, anyway, whatever. Let's try to log into admin panel. So this takes me to login.php. What about admin.php? Okay, there's nothing here. So admin and admin.com, and then admin, invalid login or password. Okay. Let's do some enumeration together. We can do that by, let's just zoom in a bit. I'm trying to click Control plus, but it's not zooming in. Okay, so right now, let's actually do some Gobuster. Do we even have Gobuster? The answer is yes, we do. And user share word lists. We do have seclist, and we have dir.b. That's cool. So let's go there, word lists, and then dir.b. I'm looking for word lists to use to basically do directory scanning. Small.txt, what is that? Administrator. Okay, this is awesome. So we can use small.txt. So what I'm going to do is Gobuster, dir, and then URL. I'm going to give it the IP here. And then the word list, which I don't remember the shortcut for, is small.txt. And then we know we're on PHP. because it is login.php right here. So let's execute that, and we found a bunch of things. We have index, login, logout, we have /API, we have /admin, which caused a redirect. But I think this brought us back to, whoops. This brought us back to like the regular login. Yep. While we're here, let's actually inspect to see if there's any kind of JavaScript verification that would help us in the scan. So it does a post request to PHP or like login to PHP, which is great. So right here, what we can do is we could try some of the things that we found here. So we do have profile.php /test/uploads. So let's see what /test is. This looks like a virtual host configuration for an Apache server. So phtml is processed as PHP. Intentional vuln. This is often already configured by default on Ubuntu. So I guess block access to the data directory. So the data is forbidden. Okay. Okay, so we do know now that we can run phtml files as PHP files. Okay, so this is cool. This is cool enough. What we need to do now is we could continue trying to go through these. We have includes, which causes redirect. We have API. I don't think API is going to do anything. Oh. Provide ID parameter or login. So ID equals 1. We have Sarah Mitchell. Okay. So we did find an enumeration, like data disclosure or information disclosure vulnerability, where we could access the API as just anybody. All right. So Sarah Mitchell is our administrator. And then James Crawford. So we could just like keep spamming IDs here essentially. And James Crawford is a hiring manager. So hiring _ manager, check, boom, we got that. So weak password reset. So now we know that the ID of user or the user with ID 1, Sarah Mitchell, is our administrator that we should be hacking essentially. So if I go to login.php, I forgot to copy her email. So let's grab her email, copy, go back, or go to login.php. And then here, I'm just going to type admin. Okay. So right now we have this. Let's do it a forgot password because it looks like what we're trying to do here is just go to the reset password. What the heck? That's it? The reset token is right there? Nah, in no way. Well, it is 6 digits. Test. Nah, there's no way it's this simple. Come on. Okay. So we did hack Sarah right now, which is cool. And now we are in there. And logging in. What role is displayed for the account in the dashboard? It is administrator, bro. Like we hacked the admin. What else we could mean? So admin panel access. Let's just go all the way down. What is the name of the PHP file responsible for handling file upload in the RecruitX web app? So honestly, what we could do is just click on admin here. I was going to go to /admin as well, because we know from our Gobuster check right here that we have a /admin. It caused the redirect first because we were not logged in, but now we got into Sarah's account. So we are logged in right now. Perfect. So in our admin panel, what was the question? PHP file for file upload in the RecruitX app. Okay. So we need to upload a file somehow. I am assuming it is okay, going back. We need to somehow find something that we could like upload a file to. And then there's an upload right here, and it is upload to PHP. So I'm guessing this is the answer right here. Yes, it is. What HTML attribute on the file input is used to restrict selectable file extensions on the client side? So I'm guessing it will be around here. It is the accept. So what we're looking for is accept. What alternative PHP extension bypass the upload filter? It's ph.phtml, because we know from the little /test, the exposed Apache configuration, that phtml is accepted. Beautiful. So right now we do have these accepts, but we could super easily just do that. Boom. And then if it's not being checked on the back end, then we have a problem. Now let's upload a shell, or let's create a shell together. We could easily go to the desktop right here. And then what we could do is just vim e php shell.php. If you don't know how to use vim, so a very quick vim override, or a very quick vim crash course. Typing vim and then the name of the file opens the file or creates it if it doesn't exist. Then you are right now in visual mode. To enter insert mode, which means to edit files, you click I, and now you can see at the bottom here we are in insert mode. Let me zoom in a bit for the video. And then we're gonna write our very first PHP, not our very first, we used that before, but our first PHP shell for TryHackMe maybe. And then we're gonna type echo system get cmd. If you don't know PHP, this is essentially a way for us to echo out or print out any value that comes from this. And then system is a way for us to run commands as the current user on the, like as if we wrote them in a terminal on the server. $_get. $sign is a way to assign variables in PHP. So any variable begins with a $. _get is what is known as a super variable or a magic variable in PHP. So they are like global variables that are treated differently. Essentially, _get gets populated by any query parameters that you send in the URL. So that means that whatever URL the exploit in is going to have a question mark, cmd equals, and then our command, and it's going to get executed in the system here. Now to save, you press escape to quit out of the insert mode, and then shift and colon to enter the command mode, WQ for write quit, and then an exclamation mark, and that's it. Now you wrote the file. So if I do cat php shell, we can see that our shell is ready and good to go. What we're gonna do here is I'm gonna browse, upload my shell, and then it's gonna get uploaded to /upload/documents, upload, and then okay. So now we get a file type not allowed. That's because I saved it as PHP. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move php shell.php to be php shell.phtml, which is the extension that we know will pass for the extension that we're looking for. So then we're gonna look for all files, try to upload, see if that works. It did work, perfect. So right now what we could do is essentially go here, copy, paste that here, so we're targeting our uploaded shell. And then I'm gonna add cmd equals test, which is not a test, I meant ls. And then there we go. We get all of the files that exist in this current directory. So what I could do is I could do plus. Plus means a space, URL encoded space. Then what I could do is just go back a directory, and then we can see it is documents. Now it is being shown twice. I suspect because we do have an echo right here, because system by default just prints out the value. So now we're printing out the printed out value, so that's why it appears twice. I'm just gonna leave it and ignore it essentially. But yeah, it's probably because we do have echo in there. You could just settle for just using system instead of echo system. But anyway, we do have like some kind of arbitrary command execution right now, which takes us into the next thing. What user is the web shell running as? The web shell is running as, or how to know that, we can type ID, and then we can see it is www data, or you could type who am I as well. Who am I? And then it's gonna give you like www data. Check. What is the host name of the target server? I think we can do that with host name. I'm not sure if that works. Yes, it does. Wonderful. What is the flag? So the flag is probably somewhere, maybe in the user's home directory. So let's try to ls and then /home. Let's do a tilde. All right, we get nothing. So maybe /home, QA Ubuntu. Let's check QA. It's empty. Let's check Ubuntu, RecruitX. Oh boy, that is a lot of things. And install sh. Oh, we got flag.txt. Let's go. And instead of ls, we're gonna do a cat. There we go. Copy one of them, paste it right here. There we go. The attack chain. How many distinct vulnerabilities were chained together in this engagement? So let's count them. First, we did Nmap. I don't think that's gonna count as a vulnerability though. So we need to do some things or count some things that we exploited actually. Nmap and Gobuster are considered enumeration, so they're not like vulnerability to be exploited. So the very first thing we did was, I don't know if they're gonna count the API like information disclosure as a vulnerability, because we were able to access like the API without being logged in. So perhaps this is one. And then two, we're able to reset Sarah's password. It was like the reset token right there, which is hilariously funny. And then we did file upload, and then we did RCE. I wonder if the answer is 4. It is the correct answer. Awesome. What approach should be used instead of a block list when validating file uploads? Like whitelist? Is that what they're looking for? No. What approach should be used instead of a block list when validating file uploads? I don't know if I'm supposed to read that. Incomplete file extension. Okay, so use an allow list. So it is the same thing. Come on. So it is an allow list instead of the block list. So the answer is right here. Use an allow list rather than a block list. So yeah, this is the answer right there. Conclusion. I have successfully completed the room, which I did. There we go, hackers and hackerettes. We completed our first semi-guided lab, I guess, because we did how long can you keep your skills sharp? 30 days, unstoppable. And then we completed our first lab, which is great. Instead, or what we'll be doing, that we'll be actually going to, I'll figure it out off camera, how I can connect using my own machine, like using my WSL. And then from there, we'll continue going through the other labs together. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments if you like this format, or if you want me to just solve it off screen and then just show you the solution while explaining what is required. I don't know. My channel is still a child, essentially. It is a baby channel that I'm building from scratch. I learned from the community. I'm trying to give back to the community. So let me know if you like this, or if you want to see like a different format of videos. Thank you for watching. I hope you like the music. If you didn't like the music while we're doing this, then let me know. I think it's okay, but you will be the judge of that. So we'll see you in a second video. See you.